Good morning, good morning. Well, this is my first time staying in a capsule. I looked at them in Japan, but it never worked out, so I actually took this one down there. It was 50 RMB, which is more money than it probably should be. But I stayed here last night, I'll stay here tonight, go out and explore. The facilities here are very Chinese in terms of they're not westernized. So you'll see there's a common area here, and even the bathroom area is it's a squat toilet. So if you're used to a Western toilet, then it's not what you're gonna get. Also, something I learned in Harbin is they don't give you towels here, so you have to bring your own towel. Which, when you're hauling around gear, you don't want to haul around anything extra. So I have a small little rag that I use. And that's it. Basically, this is the difficulty of traveling this way. Is instead of staying at a luxurious hotel, I try to save the money. And what I'll do is, when I need time to edit my videos or time to rest and relax and recoup, like I got an apartment in Changchun for 2 nights because I needed to get sleep. And the quality of sleep in these things, it's not terrible. It's not like sleeping outside, but it definitely is not as convenient as if you're in a nice, comfortable bed in a quiet room. Plus, last night, whoever controls this, they turned this thing down to 17 degrees Celsius, which is cold for me. So I normally sleep without a blanket, but I had to put one on last night. All right, signing off.
I felt this pinch on my leg, and I was like, is it a f***ing crab? And it was. And I kicked him, and he went flying over here. Oh man, there he is. See him? Oh, look at that. How's that for cool? Look at how he buries himself. I'm not gonna kill you. Good morning. Yeah, my little GoPro.
Let me see. It's video? Can it go into the water?
I have a case for it, yes. Yeah.
So nice. How much?
300.
$300? You buy in America?
Yeah, China has one that's maybe 200 yuan.
2,000?
200.
200?
Yeah, at least in the U.S. Yeah, I forget the name of it. It's G&B. G&B, I think, is the name of it.
$300.
Right.
Maybe 1,008.
Yeah, roughly 2,000 RMB.
Yeah. 2,000.
Yeah.
A little bit expensive.
Well, I do when I go in the water, I need a camera.
And then you upload to the computer?
Yeah.
Upload to the
Yes.
USB.
Yes. Yeah, very easy. It's very easy. Okay, shit. So that's the eggplant there with the string beans.
Eggplant.
Oh, wonderful. Awesome.
But yeah, we use it. I want to take a video.
Okay. When the lights are on, you know it's running. See the light?
Oh. Hello. Hello.
Peace.
And take.
I met some folks on the trail and they invited me to dinner. So I'm about, 2 to 3 kilometers away from them. So there really aren't taxis out here. So I just walked it. So it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm walking back to my hotel. And I wasn't using a flashlight here. I've got my phone out now. But I saw something run across the road. And I think it was a deer. But I don't know. There is activity on the road because the entrance to this park is where my hotel is. And these folks, don't you love how much berth they give you? This reminds me of, I remember I was on a river cruise over from Changchun down the Yangtze River. And I think we got off in Wuhan, somewhere around there, because we ended up going to Changsha. So I'm pretty sure that's where we got off, but I had been flirting with a Chinese girl on the boat, and she spoke pretty good English, so we ended up getting off the boat in the middle of the night because her shift ended at like 11:30 at night, and the boat had pulled over and docked for the night, and it was this small little town in the middle of, this village on the river. And I remember they had one LED street light. I think it was LED, it might not have been, but it was like the equivalent of just one light bulb in the whole town, in the road. I'll never forget that. We were walking along and it was pitch black, and then we came across this pole with a light, and it dawned on me that I'm in the middle of China with a Chinese girl at midnight. Probably not the best decision. So I said, hey, let's turn around here, and we went back to the boat, and I'll never forget it. We walked onto the boat, and I ended up feeling like my insides rumble, like you're gonna have, diarrhea. Yep, see, I'm coming up to the end here. And I ended up having diarrhea so bad. I mean, it was like I was a water hose. I could not leave the room. And I remember when we hit the Three Gorges Dam, I was able to go up on board and go through the, celebrate going through the locks, popping the champagne, all that stuff. But there was a tour of the generators that generated electricity, and I couldn't go on that tour because I couldn't leave the boat for more than, it was unpredictable. It could be 5 minutes, it could be a half an hour. And I won't get into the nasty stories tied to that event, but it was awful. It lasted, I want to say 3 days, 2 days, 2.5 days. Where those blinking yellow lights are, that's the Menko, the gate the gate to this park. And my hotel is to the right of the gate, a couple hundred yards. All right, I'm gonna sign off here. But this is, I mean, in China, I mean, you can do this type of thing. I mean, I'm joking. Back when I first came to China, that trip I was telling you about that cruise boat, that was 2007. So that was my first time in China. I knew nothing about China then. But you can do that anywhere in China. And the only place in China I've ever had any real issues, I mean serious issues, was Hong Kong, and it wasn't serious because I got out of there and it didn't become a serious issue. There were a couple, run-ins with people all over the place. I mean, you're going to have disagreements, but I've never felt really unsafe where I feared for my life or my safety. Only that one time in Hong Kong, and I went out the back door and I left the guys at the table who were waiting for me. Never saw them again. Yeah, they were trying to, they put a Mickey in my drink. Or they didn't do it, they had the bartender do it. And as soon as I felt, obviously I've drank quite a bit in my life, so I knew within 5 minutes after having that drink, 5-10 minutes, however long it took, I could feel it kicking in, and I knew that I probably had a limited amount of time to move to get back to a safe area, the hotel, and that's what I did. And that's another story for another. That was a bad boy. I mean, boy, did that thing hit me. The last 15 minutes, there were 2 times I've been drugged in my life, knowing that I know I was drugged. That was one, and then there was one time in San Francisco, which was actually a pleasurable experience, as it turned out. All right, and my hotel is still doing karaoke, which I hate when they do these things, because what if you want to go to bed? Hey hao. Hey hao. I mean, who wants to listen to that? It's 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. 对不起，什么时候关门？什么时候关门？
不关门。
Yeah.
不关门。
可是我需要睡觉。
一会儿就关了。
Yeah. How long? 1个小时 or?
不用1个小时。
30分钟。Okay. 谢谢。再见。晚安。Thank you. Bye bye. I stayed at a hostel in Nanjing one time, and they had their karaoke going until like 1 in the morning. Okay, this is me. All right. All right. Well, boy, I'm tired today. According to the phone, I walked 22,000 steps today. And I'm going to sign off. Have a good night, everybody.